Hello, I'm Ty Mason of the DiabetesCouncil.com, researcher, writer, and I have type 2 diabetes. Today, I want to debunk some diabetes food myths. After you watch the video today, I invite you to check out the description box for my new ebook. This is one of the most comprehensive diabetes meal planning books you'll find anywhere. It contains diabetes-friendly meals and recipes for different goals such as 800 to 1800 calories per day meal plan, diabetes meal planning tips and tricks, and there are also tons of diabetes-friendly recipes for everyone. If you'll scour the internet for reliable information about a diet for those with diabetes, well, that can leave you very confused and often misinformed. There's no shortage of advice, but it's often challenging to discern fact from fiction. Today, I want to try to debunk 10 common diabetes diet myths. Number 1. People with diabetes have to eat different foods from the rest of the family. Well, this is not true. People with diabetes can eat the same foods as the rest of their family. Current nutrition guidelines for diabetes are very flexible and offer many choices, allowing people with diabetes to fit in favorite or special occasion foods. Everyone, whether they have diabetes or not, should eat a healthful diet that consists of fruit, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein foods, and heart-healthy fats. So if you have diabetes, there's no need to cook separately from the rest of the family. Myth number 2. People with diabetes should never give in to food cravings. Again, false. Almost everyone has food cravings at some point, and people with diabetes are no exception. It's not uncommon for people with diabetes to cut out all sweets or even cut way back on food portions in order to lose weight. In turn, your body often responds to these drastic changes by creating cravings. 9 times out of 10, your food choices in these situations tend to be high in fat and sugar too. The best way to deal with food cravings is to try to prevent them by following a healthy eating plan that lets you occasionally fit sweets into your diabetes meal plan. But if you have a craving, let yourself have a small taste of whatever it is you want. By doing so, you can enjoy the flavor and avoid overeating later on. Myth number 3. People with diabetes shouldn't eat too many starchy foods, even if they contain fiber. Well, that's not true either. Starchy foods such as bread, pasta, rice, and cereal provide carbohydrates, the body's energy source. Fruit, milk, yogurt, and desserts contain carbohydrates as well. Now, everyone needs some carbohydrates in their diet, even people with diabetes. Weight gain occurs when you take in more calories than you burn off. So if you eat too much of any food, you'll end up gaining weight. The key is knowing how much of all the good food groups to eat to help keep blood glucose levels in a safe range and keep you at a healthy weight. Choose starchy foods that are whole grain and high in fiber for overall good nutrition. Myth number 4. Eating sugar causes diabetes. Now, this is just not true. According to the American Diabetes Association, eating too much sugar alone doesn't cause diabetes, but it may be a contributing factor in some cases. Type 1 diabetes is caused by genetics and possibly an autoimmune response to a trigger, so it is definitely not caused by eating too much sugar. Type 2 diabetes is also caused by genetics and various risk factors, some of which are related to lifestyle. Being overweight, having high blood pressure, being over the age of 45, and being sedentary are just some of the risk factors that lead to diabetes. Sugar-sweetened drinks such as sodas and fruit punch are high in empty calories, and recent studies have linked these to a higher risk of diabetes. But to help prevent diabetes, the ADA does recommend avoiding them. However, other sweets by themselves are not the cause of diabetes. Carbs are the enemy. That's another myth. Carbs aren't your enemy. It's not carbs themselves, but the type of carb and the quantity of carbs that you eat that is important for those with diabetes. Not all carbs are created equal. Those that are low in the glycemic index scale or the glycemic load scale are fine for you, and they're better choices than those with high GI, and that's explained by the ADA. Some of the low GI and low GL carb foods are rolled or steel cut oats, whole grain breads, dried beans and legumes, low starch vegetables, spinach, broccoli, tomatoes. It's also a good idea to choose foods with a lower glycemic load. It's similar to the GI, but it incorporates serving size into the calculation. is considered a more accurate estimate of how foods will affect your blood sugar. Examples of low GL carbs include soybeans, green peas, parsnips, and carrots. If you eat high GI or high GL foods, combining it with low GL or low GL foods can help balance your meal. Harvard Medical School provides a list of helpful GI and GL values for over 100 foods. Once you pick healthy carbs, you still need to manage the portion of them, as too many carbs can cause higher blood sugar levels. Stick to your personal carb target. If you don't have one, ask your healthcare team what's best for you. If you use the plate method or portion control, limit your carbs to 1/4 of the plate. Myth number 6, you'll never eat dessert again. Well, go ahead and enjoy a slice of cake or a cookie now and then, even if you have diabetes. You see, the key is moderation and portion control. According to the National Institutes of Health, restricting yourself too much may eventually lead to binge eating or overeating. Beware of the all or nothing mentality. Feel free to indulge in a small serving of your favorite sweet on a special occasion. Just be sure to limit other carbs in your meal to strike a safe balance. Stick to your personal carb target. The average person should eat about 45 to 60 grams of carbs per meal, advises the ADA. Now, you can find healthier low-carb versions of many sweet treats by exploring the plethora of recipes that are now available online. Myth number 7, you can't have alcohol with diabetes. Alcohol in moderation is okay if your diabetes is under control. The dietary guidelines for Americans recommend that women drink no more than 1 alcoholic beverage per day and that men don't go over 2. Now, one drink is 5 ounces of wine, a 12-ounce beer, or 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. It's also a good idea to monitor your blood sugar levels for 24 hours after drinking. Alcohol can potentially cause your blood sugar to drop below normal levels. It can interfere with your medications and prevent your liver from producing glucose. Myth number 8, fruit is bad. There are no forbidden fruits on the diabetes diet. While it's true that some fruits contain more natural sugars than others, you can enjoy any of them if you stick to the proper portions. According to the Mayo Clinic, one serving of any type of fruit contains about 15 grams of carbohydrates. For example, that's equal to about a half of a banana, a half a cup of cubed mango, 3/4 of a cup of cubed pineapples, 1/4 cup of strawberries, and a couple tablespoons of dried fruit. I would warn you about dried fruit. The portion size has to be rather small to eat raisins or dried dates or things of that nature. Be very careful. Myth number 9, sugar-free products are healthy. Well, walk down almost any grocery store aisle and you'll find a selection of sugar-free processed foods. Don't assume that a sugar-free label on a product makes it healthy. It may still contain a lot of carbs, a lot of fat, and a whole bunch of calories. Be sure to check the nutrition label for the total carb content. And if you can find that food on a GI or GL list, then check the GI and GL of that food. Just because it's sugar-free does not mean it's good for you. Finally, while on medication, you can eat what you want. Well, taking diabetes medication does not give you free rein to eat what you want as often as you want. You need to take your medication as prescribed and follow a healthy diet to keep your diabetes under control. A diabetes eating plan is like other healthy eating plans, in that some foods support your goals while others may sabotage them. Regularly eating unhealthy foods or oversized portions may prevent your medication from doing its job. Well, I hope you learned something today from those 10 myths that we have now debunked about diabetes and the foods that we eat. Don't forget to get my new ebook, and please subscribe to our channel for many more videos like this one in the future. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ty Mason.